was Jen sent to show me what it looked like to relinquish control and to open my hands. When you're giving towards missions, you're giving to students who are gonna, at some point, be doctors, be lawyers, be engineers, and in their field, they're gonna have the mindset of a missionary.
They only have to worry about who can I talk to next to tell them about Jesus.
You're planting seeds in people's lives that will last for the rest of their life. It changes everything.
When people give to missions, it invests in people like me.
I'm very glad that they showed that video this morning about the ginseng. Now, obviously, they didn't have that program whenever I was in school, but they had something similar because I had the opportunity in college to go do summer missions in some different places. And y'all, to be able to send out young people, college students, young adults, to be on the mission field, look, even if it's just a short-term sort of thing, I cannot stress how big of an impact the Lord can work in somebody's life. And so as we give to the Annie Armstrong Easter offering, that helps go and support that particular program. So just be mindful of that and prayerful on how the Lord would like for you to give. And so glad you're here this morning. If you got your Bibles, we're going to be in Philippians chapter 1. We're going to be looking at verses 12 through 18 this morning. We're going to take some time for the coming weeks and you know, probably a little more than just the coming weeks, maybe a couple months, spend some time going through this book of Philippians. But I'm so excited about us spending some time here in this book. And so as you're turning there, I do just want to mention something. Y'all, I had an amazing time last night. I just want to tell you just a little bit about it. I don't know if any of you maybe were there last night, but we had another concert up at the drive-in theater. And it was Michael W. Smith, Stephen Curtis Chapman, and Mac Powell. And you might would recognize Mac Powell if I said the group Third Day. He was the lead singer for Third Day. And so these guys came and performed last night. And y'all, it was just a tremendous blessing. It kind of took me back a little bit because for those who might be familiar with Michael W. Smith and Stephen Curtis Chapman, these guys have been around for a long time. And a lot of their stuff that they recorded and put out whenever I was youth age and in college, y'all, some of their music the Lord used to speak to my life, and it was just such a blessing to my heart. And to be able to just enjoy that last night, it was just a tremendous, tremendous blessing. And then, you know, it blows my mind to think some of these guys are coming to Tishomingo County. And to me right there, that just blows my mind. But it was a wonderful time. And I'm so thankful to have that opportunity to go and just worship. It was a very worshipful time. It really, really was. It was a blessing. But it got me thinking that I had met Stephen Curtis Chapman a long time ago. And it was kind of funny that I can't remember if it was my senior year of high school or like my freshman year in college. But we had, me and some friends, we went to Destin to go and just have some vacation time, and we were staying in Destin, but we decided to drive up to Sandestin area. No, what it was a little area called Seaside is what it was. We drove up to Seaside, and while we were going up there, there's a lot of road work going on, so it wasn't a whole lot of room where you could like walk. And so we were just kind of walking on the edge of the road. And I mean, cars were like, right next to you and stuff. And I remember looking up, somebody passed me, and I'm thinking, that looks just like Stephen Curtis Chapman. And everybody was like, no, that's not him, that's not him. Well, they ended up turning in just right over their bikes, and so I'm going to go see. So I walked over there, and sure enough, it was him. And so I introduced myself and just talked very, very briefly to him because obviously him and his family were down there on vacation, so I didn't want to bother them. But it was just a really neat experience. He seemed like just a super, super neat and nice guy, and it was just great to have him here in Tishomingo County last night and just to lead some worship. And I tell you one thing from last night that I walked away with, just a sense of hope. A sense of hope. And isn't that what we all need in these crazy times? It's hope. And we have hope in Jesus Christ. And so one thing as far as having hope, y'all, we can bring hope to the world. We can bring hope to the world by sharing the good news of what Jesus has done for us, in us, and wants to do through us. And so I hope you can see this hope here this morning, because we're going to look at the most important thing. The most important thing. Well, let's read our text, and then we'll come through and kind of break it down a little bit. But begin in Philippians chapter 1, in verse 12, it says this. Now, I want you to know, brothers, that what has happened to me has really served to advance